Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a ranking of all 7 movies in Phase 4 of the MCU. Now, having watched all 7 movies of Phase 4 of the MCU, I can now basically rank them all and think what is the worst, what is the best. And keep in mind, this is all my opinion. Your opinion could be obviously totally different from mine. It could be completely different, but this is just my opinion. This is what I think, and you don't have to believe it or anything. It's just my opinion. So yeah, and this is going to be worst to best. So without further ado, let's get into number 7. Coming in at 7th place is my least favourite movie of MCU, or Phase 4 of the MCU, and that is Eternals. I did not like this movie at all. This was an utterly disappointment for me. It wasn't good. I watched this in cinemas. I actually watched all the movies in cinemas of Phase 4. But yeah, I watched this last year when it came out, back in November, obviously, and it just wasn't good. It was too long. It was like 2.5 hours. It didn't need to be that long. It's not like I didn't understand it. I think we've probably heard me say this before, but yeah, I never really liked Eternals. I did kind of understand the story, but it wasn't because of that. The actors were alright, I guess. There was barely an action for an MCU movie. Nothing really happened basically in this movie. I don't think anything happened. It wasn't a good movie. I wouldn't watch it again unless I had to rewatch all the MCU, which I would probably make do one day. But yeah, I would never watch it again just for fun. This is not a good movie. But I've got it on Blu-ray just for the collection. But yeah, it's not a good movie. I keep saying this, but because it is, and it's probably down there as one of the weakest MCU movies. And yeah, probably a bunch of people agree with me, but yeah, Eternals just wasn't really a good movie for me. Now, coming in at 6th place is Thor: Love and Thunder, which obviously is the 4th movie in the Thor franchise, and when this came out, I actually thought it was actually a pretty good movie. Now, having thought about it actually a bit more, I would say it's actually probably not as good as I thought it was back when I first saw it back in July, but it's still good. It's a fun movie. I like it. It's just probably not the best. But I don't think it's. I don't think it doesn't deserve the hate it deserves. I mean, I get why people don't like it, obviously, but yeah, I don't think it deserves a hate. But okay, maybe it probably deserves some negative reviews, I guess. But I thought it was actually a fun movie. But it's just why it's so low down in this list is because lacks stuff basically, I guess. Sometimes I guess maybe the humour was forced in and stuff wasn't really sometimes stuff happened that wasn't really necessary, but basically now having thought about it, it's not the best of Phase 4. I never said it was the best of Phase 4, but yeah, I'm just talking rubbish now. But anyway, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder is a good movie, but it's just again not the best, and it's not got like I don't think it will be my favourite of Phase 4, not in even like 10 years time. But yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, why is it so low on this list? Probably just the main reason summarising it up. Sometimes comedy was too forced and it lacked stuff. It was lackluster, so yeah. At 5th place is Black Widow, the first movie of Phase 4, way back in July last year. I went to see this movie at Cineworld, and it is a good movie. I quite like it. It's quite nice. I like how it's like a superhero spy espionage. I'm quite a fan of spy espionage. I love James Bond. I love Mission Impossible, and the Bourne movies as well. But yeah, Black Widow is quite a nice movie. Like twist on superhero and spy espionage. Explores more of Natasha's backstory before she became an Avenger. Quite like it. It is being an origin story, I guess. It is quite a good movie. Cast great. Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, David Harbour, and Rachel Weisz as well. Yeah, they're great. Although CGI, as I said, is probably the biggest problem here. It was terrible in not all the CGI in this movie is terrible, but like the last scene obviously where the giant Red Room tower thing falls from the sky. Yeah, that's just so bad. It's like almost like Marvel's gone broke with their CGI and was forced to do that. But anyway, yeah, Black Widow is a good movie. It just isn't got the elements to earn first place or on its top 3. But yeah, it is a Black Widow. Coming in at 4th place is the most recent movie in the MCU, obviously, and the one I just literally saw. Black Panther Wakanda Forever comes in at 4th place, and it is a great movie, but it was actually, if I must say, it was a really close tie if I had to choose this in 4th place or the movie I'm about to talk about, which is currently in 3rd place. But it was quite a close one, quite really tight one. I was tempted to actually put this one in 3rd place, but I'm not saying it's terrible. It's not a bad movie. It's not. It's amazing. But I think the only downfall for this movie, the only one negative, I think, was that it just maybe sometimes, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes the runtime. And now I think that as I said in the movie review, if you've seen my movie review of Wakanda Forever, I did say it deserves runtime. Maybe I was a bit wrong now. Now I haven't thought about it. Wakanda Forever is kind of a bit long, and maybe it could have been shortened down, maybe back to like 2 hours 20, 2 hours 10 minutes. More like down to the runtime of the first movie, but yeah, I haven't thought about it. It is kind of a really long, kind of a long movie. So yeah, but yeah, it's Wakanda Forever. Now, in 3rd place is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and this is a great, excellent MCU movie. I love how it just combines like horror and supernatural stuff. I love that kind of stuff. Definitely my favourite MCU movie of this year, 2022. It's earned its rightful spot as my favourite movie of 2022. A great movie. Does deserve its 3rd place spot in my opinion, and it's so violent and gruesome, which is my kind of thing. It's great. I love this maybe the story, the effects, and the action as well. Not the horror as well is really great. It's well executed, and everyone gives a great performance in this movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, all that stuff. Great performances. And the whole horror aspect, as I said, the themes, like the horror themes of this movie, great. I love all of it. And yes, definitely the best movie of this year, or the best MCU movie of this year, should I say, as well. But yeah, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, excellent movie. Couldn't say any more about that than excellent and great. Now, you've probably guessed my number 1 spot now, maybe at this point. And this probably might actually cause a bit of controversy, but Spider-Man No Way Home earned its rightful spot as number 2 in my MCU Face ranking. This is by far definitely the best Spider-Man Spidey movie. It is excellent, phenomenal. I saw this back in November with my mates. It's a great movie. I love the action and the villains, all the villains from the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield returning, as well as actual Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield themselves returning is great. And I remember in November, or in the lead up to this movie, I was just so excited. I remember watching all the trailers and TV spots and stuff and the adverts, and I was just rewatching all these Spider-Man movies before that, from Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Homecoming, Far From Home. I was even doing the Bully Maguire chants. Don't ask why, but yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home was really amazing. It was a really good movie. And the wait up, I just remembered being so hyped for this movie. The lead up to this movie, it was so worth it. I remember when it paid off, and I stepped into the cinema and then watched this. I was absolutely mind blown by this, and it is my favourite Spider-Man movie. Probably a lot of people's favourite Spider-Man movie, but yeah, definitely the I keep saying this, but favourite Spider-Man movie. It's a great movie, and I recommend you check it out. Now, coming in at 1st place, my favourite movie of Phase 4, my favourite movie of all time, actually, ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. An absolute masterpiece in my opinion. It's good at also being seemingly representing the first Asian superhero, Chinese superhero, which is really cool in my opinion. Me being Asian myself. And the effects, the martial arts fight scenes in this movie are so well filmed, well executed as well. And also the father and son aspect of this movie is quite interesting as well. And the locations in this movie are also quite good, so colourful. Like, you got, like, from cities to an ancient magical village of Talo. It's very, very exciting. This movie. Like, there was never a moment, and absolutely at all in this movie where I felt bored. I was enthralled and thrilled in every single minute of it. I loved it. And yeah, I've actually seen this movie 3 times because I love it so much. But yeah, that is my first place winner. First place spot in Phase. As my favorite movie of Phase 4 and my favorite movie of all time.